Hello, my Facebook friends and my YouTube friends. How are you? It is day 27, my 30-day Facebook Live challenge. I'm Justin Guarini. I hope you're having a wonderful night or day whenever you're watching this. Hey, let me know where you're watching from. I always love to see in the comments where people are coming in from. We've had people from Canada, from the US, from over in Africa, and it's absolutely awesome to see where you're coming in from. Hey, Carolyn, here we go. That's right, Carolyn, without a doubt. I love to just go live. We decided to go live. Sometimes I'll tell you in 5 minutes before I go live. Sometimes it's maybe one time, I think it was maybe 20 or 30 minutes before I went live. But we just were like, let's just go for it. We only have 3 days left of the 30-day live challenge. There has been, at this point, there's been 27, including this one. Different stories, all kinds of things that we have talked about here. We've had a couple of guests on. It's been really fun. But at the end of the day, it is all about this lovely thing right here, Artist Mindset Mastery. That is where we are headed. And if you are a performer, a singer, actor, a dancer, a parent of a loved one, a sibling of a singer, actor, dancer, won't you please register or share the link above this video if you're on Facebook, below this video if you're on YouTube with a performer, because that right there is the group that I have started. The gates are open. People are in there. As you can see, the live show goes in there. There's content, all kinds of things in there. People are putting in their introductory videos. That is one of them. And it is a community of singers, actors, dancers, performers that are talking about not only surviving, but thriving the COVID-19 shutdown and the entertainment industry shutdown, not just being as good or keeping their skills where they were, but getting better. Actually taking this opportunity where all of the distractions that COVID-19 is cut off in our life, where we're able to now focus on ourselves. And we have skill sets, the singing, the acting, the dancing. We take plenty of classes there, right? Or have taken plenty of classes. But how many mindset classes have you taken? Right? One of the things that you actually get there, speaking of mindset classes, as you can see right over there, is the Power of Questions. That is a free training that you get inside of the group when you join. Of course, it's free to join the group. Inside of the group, there is free as well as paid content. We are rolling that out over the next coming weeks. Right now, it is just free. Don't you worry about a thing. I love to post in there almost every single day if I can. But we're having great conversations inside there. And it is a community of artists and performers and people who are just interested in, like, what do we do? Where do we go from here? There's no work. There's none of, well, there's a very minimal amount of work. So it affords us the time to look at ourselves and say, where in our skill sets and our mindsets can we improve so that when the entertainment industry comes back, we are better than we were before the shutdown. Right? Because I hate to tell you, there are a lot of people who are just changing their majors. There are a lot of people who are running away from the entertainment industry right now. And there is coming a time when, just like the some of the major sports leagues have figured it out, when we are going to figure out as an industry how we can film these shows, how we can have these productions and keep everyone safe. And at that time, they're going to start they being the the people who greenlight projects are going to start greenlighting a lot of stuff. And there's going to be a lot of work. And there's going to be two kinds of people, two kinds of artists and performers. The artists and performers who are ready, who are prepared, who have been on the ball and who have been getting better and better and better and kept their skills up. And then the other people are the ones who are going to be scrambling. We're going to be like, oh my goodness, I got to get this together. And I've been sitting on the couch and eating ice cream. Again, there's nothing wrong with sitting on the couch and eating ice cream, but if it's all you do, it ain't going to get you where you want to go. Okay, so that being said, if you are a performer, singer, actor, dancer, parent, sibling, loved one of a performer, won't you register for the Artist Mindset Mastery Facebook group above or below this video, depending upon where you're watching. Okay, so today, actually, you know what? Before that, let's say hi to a few folks. I want to go and pull up some of the Rome, Italy. Sylvia, how are you? Welcome, benvenuto. Benvenuti? I can't remember. I think it's Benvenuto. Richard J from Miami Beach, baby. All right. I love it. Coming in there. SoCal, Amy, how are you? Thank you so very much for watching. Hello from Disney World. If you see that Facebook user come up, it's because you have to go click a certain button in the broadcast that takes you to StreamYard that says, yes, I can use your name and likeness and all that. But don't worry about it. I hear you coming in from Disney. Jim, again, live from Indy. Great to see you, Jim. Thank you so very much for watching. Michelle says, hi, Chuck. Yeah, Michelle, Chuck is the one who's pulling up all these things. He's behind the scenes today. He made an appearance last night. And so thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Thank you. We have, you're my first viewer, Sylvia, I believe, from Italy. Welcome, 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 welcome. Sono Giustino Guarini. It's very nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Hey, so today is all about motion creates emotion. I'm going to look here. That's right. And so the reason why I decided to name this Motion Creates Emotion was because today was a hard day. Not only did I have a challenge sleeping last night because I got sandwiched in between my 9-year-old and my wife, and we have a bed that has two independent, parts to it. So my wife likes to sleep with it up, and yet we decided to get the bed that is not split. So like. When my wife puts up her side, it kind of feels like I'm on a hill and whatever. I sleep fine. But at the end of the day, I was in the bed last night and my 9-year-old got in and he snuggled up with me and I snuggled up with him. And then eventually I wanted my own space. And now I'm literally just kind of like this in the bed on the hill, trying to get some sleep. So my sleep wasn't great. And then I got up today and my children got up extremely early. And I came down and eventually got to go back to bed. But when I woke up, I just felt like I was just chasing the day the entire time. And my poor wife has been suffering from Ehlers-Danlos and fibromyalgia, and she had a rough day today. So she went upstairs, and I ended up doing breakfast and lunch for the kids and entertaining the kids, and then working with Chuck on some of the courses and stuff that we have coming out for the Artist Mindset Mastery. And then my kids have because we're doing virtual school, I have to like literally go online and do all this stuff and pay for this and say yes to that, and so they can get their. It was a hard, just a day, and I've spent probably a good hour trying to convince my children to get into the pool because their goggles were not tight enough. And so water kept getting, it just kept failing. It was failing, looking around for all of the stuff. Anyway, it was a very difficult day. And the reason why I wanted to come on and talk about motion creates emotion, as if you didn't hear enough about my day, was the fact that I went out around 6 o'clock and I took a walk. And it was the greatest thing I could have done for myself. And so the points to ponder here about that is that when you find yourself in a rut, when you find yourself just feeling like crap during the day, when you are at your lowest, sometimes, actually more times than not, it just takes a little bit of movement. Motion creates emotion. Right? It's very easy to feel sad, overwhelmed, completely lost, like I did today when I was just sitting around and just fielding questions galore from my children and thinking about all the things that I have to do for my business and making sure that I check in with my dad because of his health issues that he's got right now, and and then in the back of my mind, all the things that I didn't do yesterday, all that. But movement, and I'm not talking just about walking. Look, walking is great. I walk about 4 to 5 miles every single day, but yoga, just getting up and doing a little dance. There's actually something that I learned a long time ago at a Tony Robbins event. I think it was Unleash the Power. And he got us all to stand up and he's like, hey, I want you to come up with a power move, something that is energizing. And so we just experimented, did all these things. But at the end of the day, there's a possibility for you to actually create a power move. Mine is literally, I take my arms and go like that. And there's something about the breath and about the motion that just gives me goosebumps every single time I do it. And it is something where you break the negative pattern. When you do that, when you're in a negative pattern, in a negative place, and you get up and you change literally your physical state, you can also change your mental state. So movement, whether it's yoga or walking or dancing or getting up and just shaking it off, Whatever that is, motion creates emotion, and movement is a big part of that. Another part of that, when you're sitting down, if you're in a meeting or something like that, and you can't actually, get up and just posture. When you're slumped over, when your shoulders are rolled forward, when you're caving in on yourself, that is a huge indicator of mood. And it also just makes you feel kind of crappy. Sometimes all you need to do is just sit up, get that neck floating over top of your shoulders down, shoulders back, and just sit up. And sometimes that helps your posture. So your movement and your posture, the physical states, movement and changing your physical state will often help your mental state. And last but not least, the final point that I'd like you to ponder here about motion creating emotion is that your words matter. A lot of people who talk about the aches and pains they have or the problems that they have just seem to continually have problems. I don't think it's wrong to talk about any of those things, but if it's all you talk about, if you continually talk about it, and it becomes almost like a self-manifesting thing, right? And so your words, you words matter. Hey, yeah, you words. How about your words? Let me fix that for you. Your words matter. Yes, mental wellness feeds from physical stress. If you don't take care of your physical body, then mental health will be affected. It's a vicious cycle. Absolutely, Kim Taylor. And yes, you would know this for sure. That's a doctor speaking right there. And so, yes, absolutely, it becomes a really vicious cycle, whether it's your movement or your posture or your words. All of that lends itself to either your wellness or any sort of negative patterns that you're in, right? But you can break that negative pattern. You can break that negative thought and those negative beliefs that are happening, that story that's going on, if you remember that motion creates emotion, right? And if you want to create a positive emotion, then think about your movement. Get up, move, dance, yoga, walk, whatever it is. Chekhov acting technique is all about movement. Yes, Stanislavski, there's that sort of everybody's just walking around and trying not to hit everyone. Absolutely. Many acting techniques deal with movement because it is so vital and is such a part of our expression and is a way to get out that which we are feeling. So movement, posture, and your words matter. Speak health, speak wellness, speak joy. All right. And my final word here, and I don't know, is it going to fit on the screen? Yes, it will. Final word here is on the difficult days, the days I don't feel like getting out of bed. Those are the days that I realize I must double down on my passion and my purpose, because inside my pain is where I discover my power. The depth of which I'm willing to go into my pain, into my suffering, the depths which I'm willing to go in there and check that out and move inside of that and work and examine that is really correlates directly to the height of my power. Right? There are people who just don't want to talk about things. They don't want to go there. They don't want to, and I understand that. I'm not judging, but when you do go there, whether that's with a licensed professional or with yourself or with a loved one, when you go there and when you collide with yourself, inside of that collision, there is connection, right? I mean, think about it. You ever gotten into an argument with somebody and you're at each other's throat and you're baying for blood and blah, 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 and the end of it, you both hashed it out, but at the end, you understand one another better. At the end, you might be like, yeah, I'm sorry, and then you come to it. It happens with my wife. Oh, and we don't do it as much anymore, but there are times when it gets heated and it gets spicy. And she's very opinionated. She's an Italian and a Syrian woman. I'm messing with Mediterranean and the Middle East. And I am, I'm African-American and Italian and Irish and English. I got all that in there too. And sometimes we get spicy verbally, spicy. And at the end of it, we come together and we are more connected because we understand one another a little bit better. And we come to a place of compromise, right? And so inside of collision is connection. Ashley says posture changes how people on the outside see you and what they reflect back to you. Absolutely, right? It's not just an internal game, it's an external game as well. So, like I said, my final word here, inside my pain is where I discover my power. And that's that. So, my question for you is, where in your world can you use motion to break out of a negative place or a negative pattern? All right. And there you have it, folks. That was Motion Creates Emotion. Let's see what's going on in the comments here, Chuck. Let's go check and see what's shaking with the people who are watching. When I have days like you described, I tell the kids that I need a time out and take a few minutes to breathe, stretch, and pretend I'm Rocky running up those stairs. Absolutely. Get to the top and just, a little bit of that. And great. That is a wonderful example of boundaries, right? Kids, dogs, life, everything is just, it's all here now that we are in whatever various stage of quarantine and COVID, it's all here. And so when you draw a line like that and beautifully put, you say, hey, kids, I just need to have a little time out, right? I'm not going to sit on the stair like I make you sit on the stair, like I make my children sit on the stair. No, I'm just going to run up them. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. When I'm mad about something, I scrub my bathtub. Yes, this I love, Michelle. That's a great comment, because there are times when I feel like I could put the dishes that are in the sink into the dishwasher, but sometimes I just clean them because in the act of cleansing the dishes, I'm actually cleaning my mind. It's weird. It's that weird sort of correlation of like cleaning and getting rid of the dirt. That physical action of really scrubbing away at the dirt does something subconsciously to me that just like helps me clean my mind and clean my thoughts. So that's really wonderful. Thank you so very much for your input, everybody. I really appreciate it. I love that we have someone watching from Italy today. That is really cool to me. Hey, if you are a singer, actor, dancer, a performer, a parent of one, whether you are getting ready to apply for universities or in the process of applying for universities right now, getting ready to send your child off to university, if you're a loved one, or a sibling of a performer, won't you share with them the link above this video if you're on Facebook, below it on YouTube, and register for the Artist Mindset Mastery Facebook group. That is a group that I have started, a community that I've started, where we are discussing as artists, as performers, not only how to survive, but to thrive in the COVID-19 shutdown, to be bigger and better than we were before. And it focuses much on mindset. There are skill sets, which I've explained in one of my 27 days so far. There are the skills of singing, acting, and dancing, the skills of auditioning, all of that, right? But there's also the mindset, the attitude, the person, the you that you bring to the singing, the acting, the dancing, and the auditioning. And they're the stories that you tell yourself about yourself that can either serve your singing, acting, or dancing, or they can hinder your singing, acting, or dancing. And those are the kind of conversations that we have. So if you register, or when you register, I should say, not only are you going to be a part of a wonderful group of singers, actors, and dancers, but you're also going to get wonderful free content in there, as well as paid content that we're rolling out in the next few weeks. We'll talk about that soon. But the free content in there, among other things, is a training called The Power of Questions. And it is a wonderful training that I do. It's about a half hour, 40 minutes. And I talk about how you can use a very simple formula to almost weed your mental garden and get out the negative thoughts, the negative stories that hold you back from the success that you deserve, and instead plant seeds of success, plant new stories that empower you and serve you and help you to get closer and closer and closer and eventually achieve the goals and the things that you want. So it is a phenomenal group of people. I'm excited. We just opened the gates a little while ago. People are coming in. We're talking, we're chatting, and pretty soon we are going to be, I'm going to be moving a lot of this live content from here into the Artist Mindset Mastery group, and we're going to really go full bore on a lot of conversations that are going to help all of us, myself included, not only survive, but thrive the entertainment industry shutdown and be ready for when it comes back, because it is coming back. I guarantee you. There are a lot of people who don't believe that. There are a lot of people who are running in the other direction, who are changing their major, who figure, oh, that's it, I'm done. I can't handle it. I can't hack it. But those of us who are willing to double down on our passion, our dreams, our goals, are going to be ready for the time, and it will come, where there's going to be a lot of work. Netflix used to update every Friday their stuff. Now they're doing it every couple weeks, right? All these big platforms are running out of content. They're canceling shows because they just can't film anything right now. But if the major sports leagues can figure out how to keep people safe but still touching one another, then eventually the entertainment industry, and they're already doing it, is going to figure it out. It's going to be a lot of closed sets and all that, but it's going to happen. And when it is figured out, there's going to be a demand for singers, actors, dancers, and performers of all kind. And there's going to be two people, those who are ready, who are prepared, who have been working not just to stay at the same level they were before the industry shutdown happened, but get better than they were and to be 10 times better. And they're going to be way ahead of the other group of people who are going to be scrambling and be like, oh, okay, it's time now. I got to go. Oh, okay, great. Well, you know, I've been singing for a while. I've been dancing for, I've been acting for a while. But I gotta get the machine going and cranking it up. Don't be that person. Be the one who is prepared. Be the one who is ready. Be the one who is focused on their passion, their power, and their purpose the entire time. So that's what we were talking about. Hey, this was day 27 of my 30-day Facebook Live challenge. Thank you so very much for watching. I'm Justin Guarini. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night or your day whenever you're watching this. I can't wait to see you on day 28, 29, and 30. Woo! 2 days left after this one. And then the conversation shifts into the Artist Mindset Mastery Facebook group. So if you haven't registered for that yet, click that link up there. If you're on Facebook, down there if you're on YouTube, and I will see you inside the group. And I will also see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.